Do you struggle to find your voice in a noisy world? Do you feel your voice lacks confidence and energy to accurately communicate your thoughts, ideas, and passions? Do you wish there was an easy way to give your voice what it needs to captivate your audience every time? My name is Clay Collins, and like you, I struggled with these issues for years. But I found a blueprint that can help you change the way you think about your voice and therefore the way your voice comes across to others. Welcome to the My Voice Mentor podcast. How many singers out there have ever wondered, how long is my voice going to last? How long am I going to be able to continue to do what I'm doing at the level of which I'm doing it? How many of you public speakers out there are asking yourselves, does my voice have a shelf life? Is there going to come a time where I'm not going to be able to do this anymore? Well, that's what we're talking about today. So stay tuned. But before we get into all of that, my vocal bootcamp is making a little bit of a splash, and the people that have gone through it, they have come back to tell me what an incredible change it has made in their lives and in their vocal habits. It is a great way for you to supercharge, get your voice on track, whether it's singing or speaking. I want you to take advantage of it. It's absolutely free. Go to myvoicementor.com/bootcamp to get started. I can't wait to connect with you and figure out what your pain points are and figure out how I can help you improve your voice. Get right on that right now. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as well as the bell notification, which will let you know every time a new weekly episode comes out. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. I have so much respect for people who invest their lives into whatever craft it is that they develop. I have a particular love and appreciation for dancers, for instance. The amount of physical stamina that they have to build up to, and the amount of endurance and just the sheer strength. Bodybuilders, just the ability to take your body to the limits. Pro athletes, even amateur athletes. I just have a lot of respect for people who invest their lives into something that just allows them to go the distance. But I can't help but notice that most of the things that we invest in tend to have a shelf life. Football players are lucky if they're a pro at the pro level to play in their mid-30s. Some make it a little closer to 40, but there's not a whole lot of plus 40-year-old football players. Maybe there might be a few. I'm not saying it's unheard of, but the older you get, the body starts changing and it doesn't let you do things. Golf is one that's pretty kind. You can actually get up into age. It's not quite as strenuous on the body. It's more of a mental game, mental exercise. So you might get a few more years out of that. Dancers, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 27 to 35 is like that range where you kind of start winding down or transitioning into teaching or transitioning into something else. And I have such a sympathy in my heart. And it's why I've never begrudged a pro football player for making millions, because their skill literally has a shelf life. And I absolutely am sympathetic to that. But the original question today was, does the voice have a shelf life? Does your voice have a shelf life? And if so, what is it? Well, I used to worry about this quite a bit. I used to think, man, my voice is just going to get worse over time. I've even had vocal coaches tell me that once you hit 40, your voice starts going into decline. And there is an element of truth to this, but what I want to tell you is that if you properly care for your voice now, wherever you are, whether you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, or even in your 40s, if you invest in your voice, the good news is I wholeheartedly believe your voice does not have a shelf life, like at all. You are capable of having the voice you've always wanted to have and keeping it. This is great news. This is great news. It's one of the reasons why I got into being a voice mentor to begin with, because I came to the conclusion that there is literally no better investment that you can make in your voice. It doesn't matter if you start in your 40s, because if you have it in your 40s, you're still doing better than that poor guy that invested his whole life and had to quit at the age of 35. I mean, think about it. An adult is 20, has a 15-year shelf life on average if he's a football player or a dancer. But it is not true with the voice. You could literally start investing in your voice at the age of 40 and have that voice until you're 80, 40 years. That's if you're starting late. To me, that's great news. And I firmly believe it. Now, I know that there are those rare cases where something might have happened, or you might have had to go through a surgery, or you might have a vocal condition. And I am, believe me, particularly sympathetic because my wife was one of those people, and she had a condition with her voice called spasmodic dysphonia, which literally started strangling out her voice. And one of the things that's amazing, and what she proves to me every single day, is that with hard work on her voice has actually improved since before she ever had the issue. She actually has a better voice now than before. And improving, it's progressing, it's getting better year after year after year. And her condition didn't stop her from doing what she loves. She's one of the biggest inspirations to me. She actually is the reason why I got into vocal coaching, because I realized how powerful the voice is, how much of a battle that we have in protecting and keeping it, and how much really the enemy likes to come and to try to steal and kill the voice, because it's literally the most valuable instrument that we have. There is nothing more valuable than the voice. And so what I want to tell you is, you can have the voice of your youth for your entire life. I firmly believe it. I have really great examples of that in my life. Both my father and my mother, who are above the age of 80, have voices that are indistinguishable from someone in their 30s and 40s, or even in their 20s. If you talk to them on the phone, you'd never guess that they were over 80, because they have good vocal habits. And thankfully, without even realizing it, they passed on good vocal habits to me. I am over the age of 50, and I can honestly tell you that my voice is stronger, healthier, more agile than in my 20s. So no, my voice didn't decline in my 40s. In fact, quite the opposite. I am able to do way more now than I've ever been able to do. And every day my voice gets better, gets better. That's what good vocal habits do. They improve your voice. They strengthen your voice. One of the biggest reasons why the voice declines is because of atrophy. If you stop using it, if you stop pushing yourself and going to new heights, yes, the voice will decline. It absolutely will. We certainly have heard voices age, and you've heard the sound of what happens to a voice as it ages. But what I can tell you is that doesn't have to happen to you. That doesn't have to be your life sentence. You can actually right now choose to have a more youthful voice every single day. And that comes with good vocal habits. Some of those I can teach you. Good vocal habits include just finding a good set of warm-ups. My Lord, you can get onto YouTube and find some great ones. It's not really hard. If you have nothing else but a straw, you can begin to vocalize with the straw. There's any number of ways that you can right now improve your voice. But the main thing that I want to get across to you is that investing in your voice is an investment that you will have your entire lifetime. So if you've ever thought about getting into singing or getting into public speaking, don't let anything stop you. Don't let your age stop you. Don't let disappointments from the past stop you. You absolutely can invest in your voice right now and do amazing things. I see it happen every single day. It inspires me. It keeps me pushing forward because I just love seeing people do things that they never thought that they could. And I want that to be a reality for you too. So if you want to get started improving your voice, again, I want to point you to myvoicementor.com/bootcamp, and you're going to get a great head start on a path to improving your voice. Well, I really enjoyed talking about this with you today, and I hope I've given you something to really think and chew on between now and the next time we meet. But before I let you go, would you please do me a favor and rate the show wherever you listen and leave a comment? It helps me know what's working for you, what's not working for you. And if you have a question, feel free to email me at clay@myvoicementor.com. I'd love to help you with your particular issue with your voice. Maybe it'll be an upcoming episode on the podcast. But in the meantime, continue to invest in your voice. I'm so glad you joined me today. Can't wait till next time. We'll see you soon.